The wind conditions here at Kyle Field, nothing like they were a little bit earlier, but it still could be a little bit of a factor in the kicking game because it is coming out of the south, which means it's coming right into the open end of the field here at Kyle Field in College Station, and that is the direction now that Russell Turkel will have to kick this thing from. It'll be about a 32-yarder for Turkel. He has 7 field goals on the season. This one will be blocked, pounded, in fact. Westhorn Stark with the football, and a crazy play developing. Rockwall will take over nonetheless. Several guys in there. Steve Altman may have been the one that busted through to block that thing. I know David Gaffney was in there as well, and we're going to get another chance to see exactly who did break through. But Dan, the offensive line for Westhorn Stark just broke wide open.
Yeah, they had a breakdown up front. The snap was back, but they just couldn't get it down. I believe it's Kevin Smith who finally winds up with the ball. He wants to run it. Then he says, well, we can take it at the 40 or we'll attempt to go downfield. It is intercepted by Kevin Kaufman, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 23, and that's where Rockwall goes to work.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets as Holland hands off to the second back through. That is Burleson. And he is met by about 4 white jerseys around the 27-yard line. And the first one there, Marcus Hebert. Some great swarming defense again by Westhorn Stark as there appeared to be a pretty big hole there, Dan.
Nice job by DeVron Temple, the junior, because although he got blocked, he stood his ground and plugged things up long enough for the rest of the defense to get there.
Here's the defensive line. Jason Runnels in there because of the injury to the other Gans. As we take a look at the linebacking core now, a couple of key members here. Rick Deering, one of the guys that leads in tackles, 119 for the season in that defensive secondary, very good. 2 All-State candidates, Kevin Smith and Quentin Tizino. A little bit of a question on the field now. The flag comes down, dead ball foul, and it is offsides. The neutral zone was evidently voided by Rockwall.
Of course, this is a defense, as we mentioned, they call it the Pony Suppress 2, and for good reason. They only give up 136 yards a game, only 8.7 first downs a game, and this is through 14 games in the season, and they only give up 5.1 points per game, and they have 5 shutouts coming into this ball game. Won't get a goose egg today, though.
2nd down and 10. Walker is in motion for Rockwall. The I formation. Holland will pass. He's looking to his left. A lot of scrambling room out there for Holland. Fumble, and Westhorn Stark recovering.
DeVron Temple comes up with the ball. What a play that time. The pursuit was the key. Rick Deering, the linebacker, jars the ball loose. Take a look.
What a pop on the play by Deering. There was all kinds of running room out there for a moment anyway. Holland, with decent speed, gets out there, but watch the pop right there.
And there's Temple just waiting to pounce on the ball. Good play that time. Just like we said, the suppressed defense rises up and grabs you when you least expect it.
1st and 10 from the 37 of Rockwall. Westhorn Stark and Rockwall tied 7-all. The handoff up the middle to Rhodes, and he busts inside the 35. Again, if you joined us late, Adrian Steen is on the sideline. The freshman running back, his ankle being attended to as we speak, in fact, by the trainers over on the bench. Jelmar Rhodes has replaced him, and the Mustangs scoring on their first possession to take a 7-0 lead. Then 2 plays later, Rockwall gets the big 61-yard touchdown pass that tied this thing as Holland hit Walker wide open. He goes the distance. It is 7-all. 10:06 remaining here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 7, and it'll be Lewis this time back to pass. Wide open, but unable to get the ball is Terrence Brown. Again, good defensive pressure by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, good play that time by Mike Grigsby, the nose guard, who came in and put some pressure on Tremaine Lewis to get the ball off. You know, you take a look. You have to also mention, I think, the fact that Westhorn Stark had another opportunity to score. They just couldn't get the ball through the uprights, and I think they're going to be a little disappointed when they look at the films that they didn't get the timeout so they could kick with a win. They want to put that behind them, though, now. They've got a big play situation. 3rd and 7.
Motion by the Mustangs coming right at you. That is Michael Collins. Back to passes Lewis. Oh, he's got Smith wide open in the middle. He's got it at the 25. That one developed exactly the way you want to see it on films. Tony McGuire, the linebacker, drops back, leaves the open field right there in the center of the field, and you will see the motion man was Collins, but it is Smith that cuts across, and Lewis feeds him perfect.
Couldn't draw it up any better. He gets in front of the secondary, in front of the corner man, but behind the linebacker, that's where you want to drop that short pass, and you complete it for the first down. You're not going for the long ball, just the first down.
A couple of times we have seen the center of the field open up in that Rockwall defense. The Mustangs think they have found a position there. Great handoff up the middle. Brown, quick hitter, and he is almost down to the 10-yard line. That's another penetration for the Mustangs.
That time you saw the blitz coming, and it was a perfect play because the blitz was going to the other side. Terrence Brown, take a look. Brown's going off the right side. Here comes the linebacker blitzing in. That leaves a hole. Brown finds it and works his way all the way down. But we've got a flag down on the field now, and it looks as though it's going to negate the gain by Terrence Brown.
Another dead ball foul, and this one is illegal procedure against West Orange Stark. And it'll be first down. The 5-yard penalty stepped off from the line of scrimmage. It's first down and 15. I think Tremaine Lewis so far doing an outstanding job reading the defense. Brian McCormick was absolutely sucked into that last play, although it was wiped out by the penalty. First and 15 now. Back to pass goes Lewis. Looking right, wide open. Just overthrown Kevin Smith.
Brian, if we get a chance, there's Dan Hooks, of course, giving encouragement. But if we have a chance next time that they come up to the ball, watch the Rockwall linebackers. They've been burned. Now they're backing off the ball because they want to get good drop back coverage. So watch them when they line up. You'll find out that they're a little bit deeper and normal in their 5-2 defense.
And West Orange Stark really getting the guys open in that passing game. 9:05 left in the first half here as the Mustangs now step it up, second down and 15. Smith is wide right. He steps back a couple of. A screen pass set up, and it is certainly smelled out by that Rockwall defense as John Garvin gets in there and knocks Jelmar Rhodes for a loss.
Nice attempt, though. What they were trying to do is set it up over in the flats on the screen play, you know, just swing it out. But they never really got it established, and I don't think Garvin was probably fooled for a second. But Tremaine Lewis is now 6 of 9 for 50 yards in the first half passing.
Those incompletions have all come in a row, too. About the last 3 or 4 passes have been incomplete. Lewis will try it again. Pumps once, a lot of running room, good spin move, and he's inside the 30, inside the 25, but a flag is down on the field.
May have gotten almost back to the initial line of scrimmage before he was dumped. And good running, as you mentioned. He looked downfield, couldn't find anybody, turned it up. But I think that the penalty was really a motion penalty before anything ever got started or had a chance to develop on the play. Rockwall most likely, you would think, would probably not take the penalty. As you see Troy Miller telling them, don't take the penalty. We want the down. We want the possession of the football. And it would bring up a 4th down and a long 10 yards. Now you face the option of, do you go for it or do you try another field goal?
Well, it looks like Dan Hooks is deciding to go for it here on 4th down. It probably is out of the range of Turkel. You consider the distance, the wind in his face, and the fact that on the last one, Turkel was swarmed under.
Plus, you're talking about a 45-yard field goal into a stiff breeze. So I think that's the option. And you lose nothing by turning the football over here if you can't convert.
4th down and 8. 24-yard line is the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers in for West Orange Stark. Back to pass is Lewis. Watch out. Still open in the end zone. Can't quite get it to him. That was Jason Reynolds, the tight end, out of the end zone. He was standing down there saying, throw me the football, Tremaine.
But I think the problem is Tremaine, watch him. He gets a little bit of time as he rolls to his right. Here comes the blitz, number 45. He misses the tackle because Lewis makes a nice move. He's tempted to run. He finds an alley, but he pulls up, goes for Reynolds, but throws it out of the end zone. Reynolds makes the catch anyway out of the end zone, but the ball goes over.